Okay, guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? This is going to be a really good interview today. I'm actually going to interview London Brown. I'm really excited about that, man. It's going to be good. I've been following for over like 3 weeks now, I want to say, and I'm just really excited to see what he has to say and what knowledge is about to drop for you guys, for all the actors and actors out there. He's black, he's popping, he's doing his thing. So I'm just waiting on him to come on here so we can have this wonderful interview. But while waiting for Mr. Brown, how are you guys doing? How is everything going? Are you guys doing with this pandemic? Are you guys working? Like, what's new? I just want to put this right now. I just got the Nintendo Switch, and if y'all know, the Nintendo Switch was so hard to find. They had one in Atlanta that somebody has brought for me. They're gonna ship it. Well, it's gonna stay there. I'm in Mississippi, however, but I'm really excited about that. So that is a good highlight of my day. Um, just waiting for Mr. Brown to get on. Okay. Hold on 1 second. There he go. Okay, let me add him on in. All right, so let me send a request. Hold on. Go live with London. Okay, I just sent you the request, London. All right. Let me see. Waiting. Okay, says waiting. You guys know Instagram Live can be such a hassle at times. Time can be a blessing and a curse. I can tell you that. Yeah, well, I mean, if some people want to, some people don't. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, Linda. I just sent your request again. Okay. Says waiting for you. Probably need to get off and hop back on. I know sometimes this Instagram here. Mm. All right. Now I can see you. I can see you now. Okay. The connection bad, isn't it? Instagram Live could be a hit or miss, honestly. So how are you doing, Mr. London?
No, man. You know what? If you give me, I under the and I'm your mother
Mm.
for your family, man. I just I pray for strength and recovery and all those things to you on purpose. I'm not trying to open it up unless you open up that, but there's some flowers on the way, brother. Absolutely, man.
Thank you, thank you. See, this is why we're gonna have this conversation. So, for the people who don't know you, can you tell the people who you are?
Man, I'm just a regular brother out of South Central LA, man. Um, I'm an actor. I'm a stand-up comedian as well, and that's my whole mo right there, man. I'm an artist. I'm just an artist, man, out of LA. So, but that's to sum it up quickly. People may recognize me from HBO Ballers. I did that. I've done that, and I mean that's the basics. Ain't nothing crazy, man.
We gonna get into that, but I do want to touch on something that's right now is going on within our Black community. I see you touched on it as well on your page, because like I said, I have been following you for 2 weeks. Just seeing what you all about, and I like what you put out there. You put up, I like what you said for London. So with everything going on, Black Lives Matter, how does it affect you, and what do you feel like you can do to change it?
You know what? I feel like this, man, which is I know it's a lot. In general, I know there's a lot going on. I feel like it, we've been fighting for the same thing. Wait, let me make sure. Is it clear? Is my video clear to you?
Yeah, now you clear. Yeah, it just circled, but now you clear. You clear on my end.
In general, man, we've been fighting for the same. We've been fighting for the same stuff, man. Which is the core of it is equality. The core is that we don't want to be uh, we don't want to be beat up by police. We want
Mm-hmm.
to just well, we get. I'm not. And I want people to understand that if we get pulled over, I'm not saying that if you go to my page, I'm not suggesting that if we do something wrong, we need nothing needs to happen. If
Hmm.
you do something wrong, you need to be addressed. I'm not anti-cop. I'm not anti the law. But what I am against is the fact that we can be pulled over for a broken tail light or pulled over because we don't use a blinker and then we end up dead. I don't want that for
Yes.
us. I don't want that for anybody. You know, even if I address the idea that all lives matter, let's go with that. No problem. Let me debunk that. Okay, all lives matter. The problem is black people, we aren't necessarily against all lives matter. The
We're
fact
not.
right? The fact is when the people who say all lives matter don't include black people.
They do not.
We saying, listen, we rock with you. We agree with you. All lives matter. But can you include black lives as well? Because if the group that is suggesting all lives matter included black people, we wouldn't be in this situation that we're in today. We're simply saying, listen, man, hey, yo, include us in that conversation of all lives matter. It's like they're saying, listen, all lives matter, right? Think about this. Let me do it this way. They're saying all lives matter, and then we're black lives over there. He said, and black lives over there saying black lives matter.
Yeah, Lonnie, you're really not lying about that.
Oh man,
It's
come on.
crazy. It's really
That's
crazy.
all we saying. We saying, listen. We we important to the situation as well. If all, let me simplify. If all lives mattered to the people who say all lives matter, they would be on board with the same fight. They would say, you know what? Black lives do matter. And they
Hmm.
would be on board. But there's a total contradiction to what it is they're saying. And so the reason that black people have to march, we have to protest because our voice isn't valued. If our voice was valued, like everyone else, we wouldn't even be in a protest situation. That's all
And
I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna be real. If our votes didn't matter, we wouldn't have so much voter suppression.
Come
I
on,
didn't
Rodney.
probably
Already
like
is. Come on, Rodney Wash.
it's crazy. And just for me, I live in Buckhead, Atlanta. If people don't know, it's like a nice area in Atlanta, Georgia. No line, no wait. Where I live, it had about 8 polling stations. In Camp Creek, other places where they do have money out there, but it's a black area. Long lines, 2 or 3 polling stations. That's the issue. But I'm glad we addressed that because I truly feel like Black lives are we at a moment right now with all 50 states and around the world that are listening to us right now and they're seeing what we're saying. And just like with the analogy, yeah, all houses who are on fire matters, but if one house is on fire, why worry about the rest of them say that one house? What
Yep.
we're saying is save us because we need it. We built America, period. You know, at the end of the day, like it is what it is. But let's get back to you. So you are a renowned author. You put in your work. I can't take that from you. So, what are 3 essential things that you say each actor or actress should have? A black actor or actress.
There are a couple things. As far as essentials as a black actor, there's a book that there are a couple books. There's a book called An Actor Prepares and Respect for Acting. One is by these two books, An Actor Prepares and um, Actor Prepares and with the other one, whatever I just mentioned, those two books. Two books that any actor should have. Basically, it just breaks down this idea of what acting is, and I think that it's important for
Mhm.
really, especially I'm talking. I'm not talking about the ones that who are well studied, but if you call yourself an actor and you want to get into this thing called acting, be well studied, man. Understand that there's something special about doing the homework. There's something special about doing theater. because a lot of people ask me, say, man, what makes the, how do I get into how do I get into the acting thing and the acting
Mm-hmm.
theater? The theater actors are different. There's a different work ethic that you get from doing theater that you don't get from just doing going straight to TV. An actor prepares, an actor prepares is one, and respect for acting. Uta Hagen and Stanislavski.
Mm-hmm.
Stanislavski and Uta Hagen wrote these books, and actor prepares, and these things break down the ideas of acting. And so I'm a big fan of study. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
About black people are talented anyway. I get that, but we got to do our homework to make sure that we got the fundamentals of really being a true artist on the inside. And so,
That's
absolutely, man. So I would say to your question, not to be verbose about any of this,
you
but
fine.
to do we got to do our homework. We got to forget fear. Forget fear. Just whatever we're supposed to do, put our energy into every day doing something that puts us closer to where we want to be. Um,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So study, forget fear, and also keep a kind heart. You know what I
Mm.
mean? No matter whatever we do, our heart's got to be in check, so that when we do our art, it's pure. You know what I mean? It's never. I feel like our gifts are not for us, and
That's
right the minute we start to forget and we start thinking that our art we become self-aggrandizing, and we become vain. We mess up. We got to
mm.
remember our art is not, it's not about us. We're supposed to give up art, give it away, whether it's photography, whether it is journalism, whatever it is that we do well, we got to give it away. um
Yes.
those are the three that I would suggest.
Okay. Because I'm trying to get into acting right now, and I have a talk show, but acting is two different things for talk show and being an actor. It's two different lanes. So put it out there, people
Come
don't know.
on, bro.
But let me ask you this because I know a lot of people have some questions for you, and this was a good question for me as well. So, as starting off an actor, how many free roles do you recommend doing before you get paid?
You said how many free rolls? Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm honest with you, Rodney. I did, man. Um, I did years of free theater, man. I did theater on top of theater. I did it for free because I love the art and the craft so much. You know what I mean? Someone just hit me today, and they got to do photography. So someone hit me today, and they said they want me to go photograph some young people, some kids, whatever. And they said, "Hey, Len, I know you're busy. You chasing the bag." That is the complete opposite of what I'm doing. I'm not a guy personally. I'm not, and no disrespect to anybody doing it. I'm not the guy. Uh, anything come on. I'm not the guy chasing the bag. That's not my style.
Mhm.
What I do chase is the gift. I chase the dream. I'm not a guy out here chasing money. If you go after the thing that makes you happy, inevitably you will become very good at it because of the work that you put into it, that you bestow upon it.
Yeah.
So you're going to become good at it. So what happens is people will begin to offer you whatever the bag is just because they want your services because you're good at what you do. I'm not the
Mhm.
guy chasing the bag. That's not my style. It's not my MO. You know what I mean? Or modus operandi. That's not what I'm into. But I was just like, listen, man, go after the thing that you love to do. The thing that when you get up, you can do it for free. So as far as free theater, man, I've done years of free stuff. Once you get to a point where your skill catches up to your aspirations, and it catches up to where you feel you're at a level of professionalism, people will pay
Mhm.
you, man. Here's a check. We're gonna pay you to do the project. Once you level up and your skill matches up to the paycheck, it's gonna balance out. But it's
Yeah.
not chasing money. Because a lot of people sometimes they say, man, um, I think I deserve this. I'm like, no problem. I respect that. But I also ask them, like, have you put in the work so that when you show
And
up on set,
it's a cute face and a nice body. You have to have some type of acting skill. You do. Like
come on,
it's out there right now. I'm not gonna name because I know y'all going to throw shade. There's one show. It's on BET. And I'm just like, what is this? Nice looking people, but the acting, I was like, who did they pick? They threw them on and like, here, let's go. I'm not gonna say the name, but I get what you're saying. You can tell for the ones who act and for ones who just a nice face
I'm
and recognize lines.
it's
Like,
like it's not about just memorizing the lines. I mean, that's the basics of an actor. But that's why anytime somebody asks me, saying, "How I want to get into this thing called acting, what can I do?" I push them right into theater. There's a different work ethic from us actors that come from theater. The
mhm.
different kind of groove. There's a different sort of presence that comes from actors. The Viola Davises, the Denzel Washingtons, theater. You know what I mean? So I would suggest, like, man, make sure whatever you want to do the groundwork of it, and focus in and make sure you're solid, it's strong, so that as you move forward, if your base is solid, you can continue to grow to the top, man. That's the base.
Okay. I have a follow up question for that question. Do you feel like any role is too small for an actor?
No, I mean there are some, like, for example, I feel like there's an experience, there's a growing thing that can happen from doing any role because the process is still the same as far
Mhm.
as if you got a bunch of lines or a few lines. A true actor is still going to do the same sort of homework, which is we got to find out what the backstory is. We got to find out what the character wants in the scene, where he's coming from, where he's going, what he wants. The homework is still the same.
Mhm.
Even when it comes to stand up, I'm a stand up. The same work that a bigger name celebrity, a bigger name comedian has to do is the same work that a lower level, if you will, comedian has to do. If it's a big name, a small name, we still got to work out material. We still got to go to a club and flush the material out, come up with a premise, and do the homework. So as long as folks focus on the work that goes into artistry, it's
Mhm.
allow them to remain humble, but also respectable at the same time. So as far as a small role, ain't no small role. To a true artist, he still got to do the same thing. Now, but at the same time, we're not going to expect the Denzel Washington to go into a film and do a few lines. But the reason that we expect him to carry a film is because he's done the work.
He
He's
has. That's a difference. Everybody's not Denzel. So yeah, I get what you're saying right there.
so
Totally agree with that.
So for quote unquote a Denzel, or the guy that's working doing a theater play at the local college, Denzel and the local college actor still got to do the same work, which
Mhm.
is make sure do the act of an actor, do the work of an actor, which is find out what the character wants, emotionally what's going on. So the work ethic is still the same for a big name or a little name. So there are no such thing as small parts.
Okay, I like that. See, that's why I want to talk to you. And let me ask you this, London, because I feel like this is important as well. What is the money investment into being an actor cost when you are on a rising, when you had enough roles, when you getting the roles you want, you getting on TV like you know, what is the investment that you need to put into that to get to that point?
It's when I book my projects, I want to encourage people because sometimes people feel like you have to, have to have an agent or a manager and those kinds of things. I landed a hit show like Ballers on HBO without an agent or a manager. I'm here
For
to
real?
be absolutely not. I had no agent, no manager. I was at the time was working as a choreographer. But it's important that I let people know that please don't think that it has to be this idea of it has to be like this cookie cut of I have to have an agent, I have to have a manager, then I book work. If you do the work, if you plant the seeds, if you manifest, if you're good to people, as far as your energy, all these things add up to making sure that it puts you in a position to receive what's for you. So when they call me and they say, "Hey man, we're looking for a buddy of mine," I said, "Hey London, HBO is looking for you." I said, "What's going on?" I said, "There's a new series coming out called Ballers, starring Dwayne Johnson, and they're looking, they're looking for different characters. And have you auditioned?" I said, "Nah, man, I ain't auditioned." He said, Is it okay about giving your number so I can call you?" I said, "Sure." I went into audition, and then 2 months later, I ended up moving to Miami and filmed the show. I'm here to encourage people, not from some self-aggrandizing place, not from some place that I'm up here and everybody else is down here, but to encourage people. If you do the work and you manifest and you do things that put you in a position to be prepared,
Mm.
when the opportunities come, you'll be ready. It's one of those things where, like as far as an agent, don't get me wrong. If you have an agent, if you have a manager, it's important that they are pushing for you to win. Like for example, I didn't have an agent or a manager when I booked Ballers, but
Mm.
after Ballers, let me give you this story, Rodney. At, and again, as it comes to me, I want to just acknowledge your family, man. I hope that I pray for strength and good energy and power that she covers. It's on my heart, man. I feel so bad, man. I feel so bad, but I'm sending that their way and expect those flowers. They're on the way, bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it's Mississippi, right?
Yes, yes.
Absolutely, and it's pressed so heavy on my heart. I'm trying not to even cry about it because I felt
Don't keep have me on here.
I
I'm
feel
trying to let keep from crying, trust me, but
um,
you know,
so bad, man, because I know we're supposed to do the talk yesterday, man, and I just want you to know, honestly, that my heart is, for her, for your mother, man, because I know that it's a lot, man. I lost my grandmother and all those kinds of things, so it's all love, all respect and
thank
love. Thank you for even taking this the second day. So, but genuinely, I didn't mean to go off into that. I just want to express that. But the point is that listen, that as in general, when I landed Ballers, it was a real thing of making sure that I was prepared for the role. You know what I mean?
you.
And so I know a lot of acts feel like it has to be like a guideline of stuff. But honestly, if you prepare, you manifest that stuff, man, things will happen. That's what makes faith so special
Yeah,
because
faith
every,
like dead.
everybody, bro, everybody doesn't have the mental capacity to believe. They say, even I know I don't physically see it, but I'm going to continue to work forward. Everybody ain't got that. And so there's something special about being able to move forward without necessarily seeing you just stepping out in faith. You're like, I don't know what's going on. That's why, and this is for any. I don't if you're spiritual or not, doesn't matter. There's a thing about in the Bible that talks about having childlike faith, meaning think about it. When we have our nephews, our nieces, or kids ask us or ask their grandmothers or mothers, when they ask them for something, they say, "Hey, I I want a bike for Christmas. They don't worry about how many hours their mom or dad got to work to get to raise the money for the bike. They're not asking how many days you got off, how many sick days. All they say is, hey, I want a bike for Christmas, and they believe that the
And
bike
make it. They like you gonna make it
they'll
happen.
make it happen.
I like that analogy.
There's something special about being able to just believe that whatever the bike is going to be there. And so as adults, sometimes we get contaminated with so many stresses and cares of the world that we stop believing in whatever it is that we want. In my mind, I don't function that way. I function in like, listen, whatever it is I want. In high school, I remember signing my friends' yearbooks. I put actor, comedian. I didn't know what it was to be an actor. I didn't know what it was to be a comedian.
Speaking
But
to
but I spoke it, I wrote it, I signed it. I said, listen, man, hey, best to you, blah, 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 blah. Actor, comedian, London Brown. I was projecting this stuff. And so now to simply be doing the thing that I love to do, I'm very grateful for that. Um, I took classes so that I would be prepared for these sort of things so that I could just be walking in the thing that I felt I was supposed to do. I'll get too passionate about this. I don't want to talk your ear off about none of this,
no,
bro.
no, no. You're perfectly fine because I want to move on to something you touched earlier. You said somebody told you about the part for ballers, which means you network with people. How important is networking with amongst actors?
I think that it has to be the right type of networking because ideally people will network and we're networking. I think a lot of people think that networking is going to the Hollywood parties and having a drink and having a good conversation. I'm into the organic ideas of networking, which is when I meet people, we have a conversation, we exchange. They may give me a card. I don't have any cards, but if they give me a card and we chop it up, nice and organic. But the idea is to connect with people that are progressive towards what it is you want to do. So even with that, again, as opposed to just having drinks and laughing with people, it's being able to connect with people on a level that say, yo, this is what I'm doing, and this is where I like to go. How does this person fit into where I'm trying to go? And when you
Mm.
that person or that director, that designer, or that promoter, whatever, if they fit into your plan of progression, then we should vibe. But it also starts with just having a good attitude. Sometimes people meet people, and I get this a lot of times, which is uh, people feel like everybody in LA. I'm from LA, South Central LA. People feel like
Mm.
in LA, they're like, man, a lot of times people are Hollywood, right? And I have to remind people, ideally, the people from LA are not Hollywood. It's the people that move to LA that take on the personifications of what they think Hollywood is. Acting
Yes.
up and as black people say, acting stank and acting all funny. But if you're from here, we not,
Bougie.
we're not on that page, man. I'm born and raised from South to LA. When I, anytime I have an event or something in Hollywood, it don't take me long to figure out who's who and what's what. I'm into dealing with people that are grounded, that are about that are grounded, positive attitude, and are progressive. You know what I mean? I ain't got to be trying to say, this is my Bentley car, man. Yeah, it's not about that. It's just about, yo, listen. Oh, if you cool, I'm cool. This is what you do. This is what I do. How can we share what it is that we do to help us both get ahead? You know what I mean? And keeping a positive attitude, not about tearing people down, none of that silly stuff. We just about, again, positive attitude, being progressive and grounded, and keeping a sense of groundedness that allows us to connect. Because at the end of the day, after we get rid of your titles, I get rid of my titles. Who are we in our hearts? That
Is that
that's who
who
we
are you with?
try to connect to on a one-on-one level. You feel me? So if we connect on a regular level and build from that, then then we'll be solid, bro.
Okay. So, I have two more questions for you, kid. So how important is black representation in Hollywood? For what? How important is that for you to see little black boys, little black girls at home who need to see their face? How important is that to you?
And this is how important it is to me. In season 2 of Ballers, there was a scene, episode, oh no, season 1, episode 1, season 1, episode 3 of
Mm.
Ballers. We had a yacht scene where basically it's a big party scene. And what I remember doing is going to the producers and I say, listen, man, I said, we gotta, in this little scene that we have, I said, we have a yacht full of white women next to Reggie and Vernon. Reggie's, if you guys don't know, for the viewers, Reggie is who I play on a show called Balls on HBO, and it was next. I play a best friend to a guy who's in the NFL, Vernon Littlefield. So I told the producer, I said, listen, man, when my sisters watch, when my friends watch, they're going to be looking for black people in on the show or in this scene. I said, can we go pull some black extras, some black women that we can just put in the scene, because I know when I watch a film, I'm looking for people that look like me. And I told the producer, I said, can we get a couple black girls just so they could see us, they could connect. And the producers are like, man, we didn't think about that. We didn't know. They said, sure, we can do that. And they pulled some black girls and pulled them into the scene. So I know I try to be very in touch with um, with that. And as I work on projects, and I understand that I don't expect white people to understand this. They just function in a regular form. But as a black guy with a black mother, it's important that I tell them, listen, let's include some black faces. Let's include some faces of color into this shot. So when people watch the scene, they can identify with themselves. And so
Mhm.
I do feel that that is very important. And I hope that as an actor, once I gain a little bit of clout, I'll be able to. This is one of my goals. As I become right on a call sheet. For those who don't know, a call sheet basically is what every actor gets when we get on set. It provides the location of the shoot, medical information, like the paramedics or what the nearest hospital. But basically, it breaks down, everybody's on the show, and it breaks down the importance of the actor in numerical order. So as I do projects and I become number one on the call sheet, meaning I become the lead actor or the main importance on the production side on the call sheet, I hope to be able to get into a position of influence so that I could be able to say, listen, here are a couple of actors. They don't have big resumes. Here are a couple of actors that have been doing theater. They've been grinding it out. Listen, Lionsgate. Listen, HBO. Listen, Paramount. Let's bring some of these people in on the project who need a shot, who have been slept on, who don't have an agent.
See, that's good. Let me tell you something right here, London. You are already there. You might not feel like you are yourself, but you are there. People are watching you. I'm reading the comments. People love you, and so, and like to tell people, well, no matter where you feel like you are, if somebody looks like you, the number one person. You might not feel like, but somebody like every day I preach, you get an email or a DM like how people love you. So like, man, you doing it. You're doing it. So don't like you're not there. You're doing it. Okay. I
Hey,
was honored to do this.
come on. I'm trying to respect, man. Much respect.
And I have one final question. I know you guys are sad, but what was one of your greatest moments in your career? Because you do so much. Let me just say career.
You know what? The biggest thing is the biggest thing for me, even and I bring this up because I don't know, I just feel so, my heart is just so with your mother, man. But doing things like that, being in a position to help people is the thing that is on my heart the heaviest. It's not about me. I'm fine. I got my one bedroom apartment. I got my car that runs well. One bedroom apartment. My rent is paid. I have food in my refrigerator. I'm fine on a personal level. But it's
Mm-hmm.
being able to be in a position to help those around me. Well, I know that I still got to cover my mother's rent, at times, and her stuff. And not only my mother's rent, there are a couple of people. I got friends who are dealing with child support situations. They want to fly the kids out. You know, my friends are in LA, so their kids are in other states. Being able to
Mm-hmm.
help them and fly their kids out. Um, uh, when I go and I feed the homeless, things like that is what is the biggest thing that touches me, is being able to help people. Because people say that Hollywood changes you and money changes you. Money doesn't change you. Money only brings out whatever was there anyway. So if you was a giver, money or the fame or that stuff is going to just bring that out more. If you were stingy, the money and the fame is going to reveal that. And so for me, I'm just glad to be able to do things for other people. It's not about me. I'm fine, bro. On a regular level, I'm from South Central LA on a straight up level. So I'm glad to be able to help people. And that's where my heart is. And if you ever, I feel like giving is a direct way of always keeping your heart in check. It's not about this fame and accolades, bro. Nothing that means nothing if you ain't solid on in your heart,
Only
bro. So how I function, man, I'm functioning on a real regular level of being able to connect with people, and that's the thing that I appreciate most about all of this is being able to help people, bro.
man, like I said, see, and you in that moment, it was about you, but you made it about others. So you're gonna be blessed, London. Like for you're gonna be you're gonna be blessed. So where can the people find you, follow you, what you have coming up? What tell the people what's going on with you?
Y'all, at Real London Brown on Instagram and Twitter. People find me on Facebook, but at Real London Brown. I might change my name because low key they monitor my account. So for example, I ain't got a lot of followers. I got like 60 something thousand
That's
followers.
all.
But I know that Instagram is affecting my reach. Sometimes I think I'm too honest about things. So I might start a new account so that I can get my reach out. So, but for right now, I'm at Real London Brown. That's where people can find me. So please interact with me. You have any questions about whatever it is, you gotta feel funny about approaching me about anything. I'm really open. I'm a people's person, and I wanna connect. There are a couple of projects coming up. Check out American Soul. American Soul later this month. Absolutely, American Soul. If you don't know, is basically for the viewers is it's like a TV series on BET that goes into the life and the background of Don Cornelius, the host of Soul Train. And on that show, I play Boosie Collins. I'm playing the guitar. I got the wig. I got the beard. I never worn on platforms. It's a whole little thing. So man, please enjoy that. And also, God willingly, after the whole quarantine, we'll go back to shooting, finish shooting the series that most of you guys may be familiar with called Power. I'm on Power Book 3, and Power Book 3 takes place in the 90s, and it's the backstory of Kanan. Young Kanan, is the character of 50 Cent's character. So please enjoy American Soul. Watch
Man,
Power Book 3.
you, you come on, London. Come
Hey, God is
on,
good.
London. You okay, London? 50. Okay, London. We see you. We see you, man.
Trying to hustle. Trying to hustle. So I'm very, very grateful. I'm glad to just even be working and enjoying this the whole time, man. So, but thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. That's 100%. From LA to wherever you are, man. I appreciate you just taking the time to talk to me, bro.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it has been a pleasure interviewing you today, man. You guys, please check this brother out. He is on the up and up. So I'm watching. So I'm a big fan. I'm watching you. So I'm
Thanks.
following you. So I will keep up with you. But nice chatting with you, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Peace and blessings, bro.
All right, you welcome.
Yes.